Oh,
Sweet.
damn, it even tells me. Damn. All right,
Awesome.
everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Wild Wooks podcast.
Let's
Third
go.
intro of the day.
Third
we
time's
have
the charm.
we've been having some technical difficulties, but I'm here with Dan from What? What's up, Dan?
What is going on? Super stoked that I'm here. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm happy to have you. All right. So before we lost you last time, you were saying how the band got started, and I only heard like the first word and then it got all choppy.
All right. Pretty much in 2016, I came to SUNY New Paltz, and our trombone, keyboard player, trumpet player, songwriter, Ryan Perone, I met him like the second week of college. We were in the same history of jazz class. And then he like got put on the spot to like go up in front of the class and like play his trombone because he like walked in late and he like was carrying it on him. And it was just like some type of like assignment that we were doing for the day. But after class, we ended up meeting up in like the middle of the woods, just like spontaneously, like off campus. And I was like, yo, like you just played trombone in my class. Like, what? And then kind of hit it off and ended up doing an open mic in town that night, at a place unfortunately that no longer exists, RIP
Uh,
cafeteria. um, but that was kind of the beginning. We were also very different. We Our first drummer was a cajon player, just like the wooden drum box. um, and our original bass player that was in the band for maybe less than a year, he would like make his bass sound like he was like a flute or like
oh shit.
saxophone or like something really weird, where like Ryan was only playing trombone at the time, so he was pretty much playing like all the bass lines of the songs. So like our actual bass player was just like doing whatever he wanted, which was kind of like a big reason why we're called What, was because like those early days was so different from what it is now.
That was
um
also going to be another one of my questions. How'd you get the name What?
that is up to debate between two people that we're friends with, that both claim that they have the right of coming up with the name, and we'll
Okay.
let them duke it out forever.
All right. We'll do a
But
live event. Have them box it out.
but we felt like it really fit because we didn't really want to like kind of box ourselves like into anything specific. Like at first we were thinking of going like, what if we called ourselves like Buttered Funk or something? But we felt
That
like
that
putting
is a
kind of
cool name.
we felt like putting a label on the genre
Yeah.
or like on the band felt like it could potentially box us in, and we didn't want that. We wanted to be
Yeah, no,
able to
I feel
kind
you.
of do whatever we want, and I love being called What for that. Unfortunately, it's like really hard to find us when you Google What. So that's something we're gonna deal with for a little bit.
Well, every time you guys get mentioned in the group chat I have with like the RDI guys and some other people, like it always turns into a who's on first.
Yeah,
So
that's
like it's like someone's like, yo, I'm going to see What tonight, and then someone's like, who? And then someone else is like, when, where? But like the worst part is like those are actual questions sometimes.
that's
So like
awesome.
I mentioned you guys in the group chat the other day, and someone said who, but I had mentioned something else too, and I was like, I don't know if you're asking me an actual question or just keep continuing the bit.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. I
Yeah,
love
it's
that.
it's it's a lot of fun, honestly.
There, it never gets old, honestly.
So you guys were at Fencepost last year.
Yes.
What did you guys think of the festival?
I I'm like so happy for Raynor and like all the other RDI guys because I've gotten to know him over the past year or so, and like I know that this is just like a dream vision for him, and like the fact
Yeah,
that it's still so early, and like the fact that they have this foundation already is incredible, honestly. Like I think that for what they have like to work with, they're killing it.
yeah.
And
Because
like
I
I'm
remember, like, I got the text. I was at work at my old job in New York, and I was just cleaning up the shop while my coworker was running to Home Depot, and I get the text from Rainer saying that there was a chance of it not happening last year, and like I was so heartbroken because the original like where we were gonna have it last
It
year,
moved locations. Yeah, I
yeah,
remember
because
that.
we had it at our buddy Jay's house. I say we as if I'm like really that involved. I'm just friends with all of them.
Sure.
But it was at our buddy Jay's house, and then I guess because it was a ticketed event and like the amount of like promoting that was going on, like the town kind of caught wind, and Dennis went to a like city council meeting for that town
Oh,
and was
wow.
like fighting for the festival. But they said that we like they needed all these permits and stuff and
Yeah.
like all these walkthroughs. Like they were gonna have a cop there, and RDI was gonna have to pay for like police presence.
Yeah, and it's
Like
like
it was a
such a
huge ordeal.
that and it's like for what they're doing, like I just yeah, I mean clearly they care a lot. Like the fact
Yeah.
he's going to like the town's council
Yeah,
meetings.
he drove like 3 hours on like a random day of the week to
Wow.
like defend fence posts to this random town
Yeah.
in
Well,
Massachusetts.
I felt like that vibe was also in the air last year, where it was like it almost didn't happen and then it happened and they
Yeah.
pulled it off. And I think that maybe it was like almost a blessing because like, is this the new location now? The
Yeah, and
next
like
year they're having it at this new spot that they kind of found like on a whim, and then it ends up being a great location.
yeah, that place was amazing. Between
And
like the fact that like the people who own Lazy Bear are like there are kind of people like they're jam fans. Like I ran into them at 80K at the end of the summer,
oh,
and
that's really cool.
they told me that day they're like, "Oh, like we're doing it again next year. Like we're hosting again next year. We loved it. It was awesome." And like just like how much the hosts loved it was just like it made it so much better.
I feel like that's so like that, and that's super important too, because it's like the hosts are just like, yeah,
Yeah.
we are totally never doing that ever
Yeah,
again, guys.
exactly. Because like I the first one that I went to was just in Dennis's backyard at a house that he it was his buddy's house that he lived at. And like I didn't know like at the time I didn't even know who One Time Weekend was.
Yeah, because technically it's like their festival. I think Raynor had said where like they were kind of like the band that the festival
Yeah,
took place around.
they've been at like I think almost everyone because I think the first one was like Mahali gave like the homie discount and it was kind of a little bit more private. I
Oh,
don't know
that's really
the
cool.
history exactly.
Because last year, them getting multiplayer was sick. That was such a cool show.
That was really fun.
Like just like pretty much being like 3/5 of like Twiddle before they left, just playing
Yeah,
video game music is crazy.
yeah. And so at Friendly Gathering last year, I was walking around handing out flyers for fence posts, and I saw Adrian pull up in his car. So I was like, "Oh, this is a joke that like probably only I will find funny." But like
Sure.
I ran up to him as he was getting out of his car. I was like, "Oh, here you go, man," and hand him a flyer. And he was like, "Oh, thank." And he looked at me. He's like, he looked so annoyed that I just like rushed him like that. And he goes, "I'm playing at this."
You're
And I
just
was like,
like,
"I
dude,
know,
I
I had to
know.
fuck with you." But like he must have he was probably like stressed out. Like he just got there. Like
He has a
there's some
crazy gig schedule. He's like up and down the Northeast
I
constantly,
know he does too much.
but he's so good. It makes
He is.
sense that like
Yeah, he's
he's, in
incredible.
demand. Yeah,
And then
it was a blast getting to watch him play and getting I
yeah.
actually got to talk to him for a little bit after their set, which was really cool.
Oh, that's always great.
Yeah,
All right. So before I forget the rest of my questions,
sure.
um, so you guys have been playing a lot. What's your favorite place that you've played so far? Whether it's like a venue, festival, even if like you got booked for like a private gig, like what's your favorite out of all of them?
Oh man. I feel like one that comes to mind only I feel like just like the circumstances and just because they're so good and they're killing it right now was we got to open for dogs
Mm,
at a really cool venue in Woodstock called Colony.
Oh,
Um, they
nice.
they did a 2 night run there like a year and a half ago, I want to say it was. And the night sold out. It was like their whole whatever they're building, their community is something special, and
The
it was
dog
really
pound.
cool to kind of just be thrown into that for the night and
Yeah,
like super well received. Like everyone's getting down. Like it's just that was definitely one of my favorite shows ever. Like
that's awesome.
uh, trying to think. I've like that's I guess I'll say that only because like that was like the first thing that just like popped into my head where I was
I
just
feel
like,
like if it's the first thing, that it's definitely like the one that really
yeah,
stuck with you.
yeah. Like we've had
So,
some. Oh no, you go.
well, I was gonna say, so that being said, like, what's your dream venue?
I mean, I would obviously. I feel like they're like it's like almost cliche to just be like Red Rocks
I feel
or
like that's like everyone's answer, but like it's
yeah.
reasonable. It's
I
because
mean, like
it's an amazing place and it's like it's historic.
I tried to like I felt like I really tried to like kind of just be realistic about it. Like my first dream venue that I wanted to play was Nectar's. Like growing up being just like the biggest Fish fan, I was like I want to play at Nectar's and then got fortunate enough to play at Nectar's before they closed
Oh, that's amazing.
unfortunately.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so like that was super sweet, but like that's not like, the garden.
Yeah.
That's just because like half of my band, they're not crazy into Fish, so it's like I'm there geeking out and they're like, like they don't like guys, Trey stood here and they're like, yeah, dude, like that's cool.
I blew an opportunity to meet Trey.
How
He was like 15 feet away from me on my right. It was when Goose played Radio City, and there was all the rumors about Trey coming for the second night. And I was
oh
outside the venue. I
was it
was
wait, which night is this? Was this night one or two?
night two at Radio
I was
City.
there
I was there
when Trey
too.
when Trey came out. That was
Yeah,
insane. Yeah.
I actually so I had a seat like way in the back, like upstairs, like one of like the top row you could sit in. And I was sitting up there like barefoot, like kind of fucked up, just like being a dirty wook. And then I looked around and it was like people with their kids near me. And I was just like, okay, I got to figure out a way to get downstairs because I'm not supposed to be around these people. These are like normal people with children. I was like, I'm wearing
It's like a
sandals that I bought at
prestigious
Target.
venue. It's
Yeah, I felt
radio.
I was like, I'm so out of place. And then someone sent me a screenshot for like a lower level ticket, and I got on the floor. We were like
Oh hell
me,
yeah.
Rainer, Dennis, Ian, like we were like all like right behind the soundboard.
That's so funny. That's
Yeah,
that I feel like it's kind of tough there too to like make your oh well, you had the ticket, that makes sense.
but like it was a screenshot. I think it was even a screenshot from the first night too.
Yeah, I wasn't even gonna go. I remember going on Facebook that morning and seeing somebody post a picture of Trey's gear like
Yeah.
across the street, and that's when I literally bought my ticket after seeing that photo. I was like, I'm
Yeah.
out, I'm going.
Yeah, I went directly from a job site to the train and got down to the city. I was staying at my buddy's apartment and I walked into his apartment and I was just like, I just realized I only have my work boots. I was like, we gotta go to like Target or something. I gotta get a pair of shoes, dude. I was like, I can't be in my work boots. These are so uncomfortable.
That's so funny. It's like, dude, I'm literally coming from the job site. Like, please.
I went to like the worst train station. It was just like some like shitty Mount Vernon, New York train station. And I was
But
like,
sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
yeah, I had one of my coworkers who was like this crazy old man drive me over from the job site too. And I
I
was just,
mean, if you made the show,
yeah,
that's
I think
awesome.
that might have been the first night that I met the baklava guy actually. Cause like we were standing
Oh, I know who you're
outside.
talking about.
Yeah, we were standing outside, like all of the shenanigans that go on outside after a show. And
Sure.
this dude comes over with a tray, and I'm like, curious. So I like looked over and he was like, "Yo, you want some baklava?" And I was just like, "What?" I was like, "What?
Yeah,
What
it's
are you
so rare.
talking
But
about?"
he's like blowing up now though.
Yeah, he's got like a great like career selling baklava now. Like that's awesome.
Yeah, it's actually, and it's really funny that something like that can just start on lot.
Yeah, I think he even has like a store.
Like how many people were probably like, dude, you're like out of your mind. And he was like, nah, trust.
At
Trust the
I think it was the
process.
last Peach Fest. Like I never had like I always had money that I had for like put aside for the shenanigans, like
Sure.
drinks and stuff, and then like one of our friends in our campsite at Peach Fest like the last year was like, I'm just gonna buy like he's got like half a tray left with him. I'm just gonna buy the rest of it. We can all have some. And
He
fuck, dude,
probably
that
loved
shit's
that.
really good. It was really good.
He was like, finally, I could stop holding the tray.
Yeah, probably.
Was that Peach before it moved to like the beach for that one year?
Yeah.
I was also there.
That was an awesome year. I lost my voice that year on
That
Saturday.
was that was Oysterhead year, right? And
No, Oysterhead was I think that year was Flying Frog Brigade, maybe. Because
oh,
Oysterhead was, I think, 2021.
was it? I got all my ears mixed up then.
Yeah, the 2021 one, me and my buddy, like we bought tickets for 2020 and then it didn't happen. So we held on to them. And then like we weren't with like Rainer and Dennis and everybody that year because they had Dennis's old bus. So it was
Was
just
that?
me. Dennis used to have he has like a short bus that he converted into like an RV.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, so they used to always get RV camping.
Oh, cool. Okay.
That's actually I don't know if you heard the like at Fencepost or anything like all of us like saying like mountain to each other.
Yeah, no, I feel like I've seen that in like comment sections on
Yeah, so
like
it's usually
groups.
me just like commenting mountain on like random stuff that like I don't know what it's
That's
talking about.
that's so
But
funny.
that all started because of the final Peach Fest that was at Montage. Because our buddy Vinny, shout out Vinny, I'm sure this still pisses him off. I'm pretty sure he was trying to gather everybody to like pitch in and rent an RV together, and I was at work like doing a fiberglass removal, so like I would just like every like 30 minutes or so, like I would just quickly text in the group chat just saying mountain because I was broke and didn't have the money to rent an RV with everybody. So I was trying to convince everybody to stay on the mountain.
Yeah, like camp.
Yeah, so it started
That's a
pissing
tough.
him
It's
off.
a tough camp at Peach though. Sleeping on a 45-degree angle kind of sucks.
Oh yeah, dude, my first Peach Fest in 2018, one of our friends was like, "Hey, I'll pay for your ticket if you come with me because I don't feel like going alone." She's like, "Just pay me back at some point." And I was like, "Okay, I can do that." It took me like I think 8 months to pay her back too, because I was like bouncing between jobs trying to figure out what the hell I was doing with my life.
Oh, dude, that was my first Peach too.
Oh hell yeah! I
Yeah,
showed
that
up
was
with
and I camped and I had the worst camping spot ever.
oh dude, so did we. I
But
we set up like way too fast because we were just like I think like we got there like kind of right before pigeons came on, so like we set up really fast
I
and
remember
then
wanting to catch them. It was I think Cabinet played on the first day too, right? And was it Twiddle?
yeah, so pigeons played I know middle of the day and then twiddle played like at night, and those are like the only sets I really remember from the first day because we were just like we kind of sent it like we woke up too late, like we all stayed at one of our friends' houses, woke up too late, and then just like we I showed up with $40 to my name, like that was everything I
Ugh.
had.
Dude, that's insane.
It was really bad.
That's some wild look shit for sure.
Oh, absolutely. This is the summer like leading up to the dreads too. Like this was like the process of my wookification.
Honestly, though, I feel like that's like a true testament. It's like I have $40 and I'm gonna be out of my home for like 6 days.
Yeah,
I
we
survived.
lasted I think a day and a half, and because we were so unprepared, and like we like halfway through the second day, like I was so sunburnt, like my forehead, like because I was wearing a snapback the whole time. I had this like
Oh,
semicircle of just like horrid red right here.
damn.
Like it hit a point where it felt like someone was holding a lighter to my forehead.
Wow. I
And
mean,
like our friend who convinced us to go was just like, "Would you guys be cool with leaving early?" I was just like, "Yes, dude, absolutely. We have no food. I have no money. I don't know why I said I could do this."
was that when Warren closed it out and it like poured so hard on the last day? Were you there through Sunday?
No, we left like Friday afternoon because
Oh my God.
we saw like all the things we wanted to see on Thursday, everything we wanted to see on Friday, and then like during Mo, like we agreed, we were like, we did not prepare for this. Like we're not gonna make it.
That feels responsible though.
Yeah, I was more like concerned for like our as a group. I was concerned for our safety. Like that was like
Sure.
the main reason I agreed because I was just like, yo, like we did not plan this. Like we didn't grocery shop.
Was it
Like I had
really
like
like that last minute of like a send for you guys where it was just like let's just do it?
yeah, and like I hadn't been to like a festival that treacherous. Because like going
Sure.
like we got a bad camping spot, so like going up and down was like the only other festival I'd ever been to was Firefly in Delaware.
Okay.
So like which was also like not the easiest. It's
I wanna was Firefly where I think Firefly might have been where Fish just had their festival recently. The same grounds.
yeah, it's not an
Yeah,
easy spot.
it was not. There was so much walking. And that
Yeah, that
was
big bridge you got to walk over.
yeah, that was a
That
lot. But
sucks.
we didn't camp. I got lucky enough that like my brother invited me and like got us a hotel because like his
Mm.
wife came and like we went with like another friend. So like every night after the shows and like the DJs walking back to like catch shuttles, you had to
Oh
walk
yeah.
all the way back to where like the racing stadium was.
Yeah, that's a really rough walk.
Yeah, I was just like, okay. And there was like so many of those like little like biker car things waiting to like pick people up and they're like $50 rides and
It's
you're like,
so
what
expensive.
there's people shelling it out because they're not walking.
I did once. I slept the first year I went. I didn't know you had to buy a camping pass separate from a ticket. So I got my
Oh,
ticket for Christmas. And then like the day I was leaving, I found out I needed a camping pass. So I tried to find one and I couldn't like I didn't know like the ins and outs of like haggling with people online and stuff because I was 19. It was my first festival. It was like 2016. And so I showed up and the first night, because I had gone to University of Delaware for a year. And I didn't do any of my work, so I got kicked out. And
nice.
so I didn't know what to do after all the music ended. So I got to my car, which was just like in like the main lot. And I asked a guy working there, I was like, yo, can I sleep in my car here? He was like, no, we'll tow it with you in it. And I was just like, sick. All right.
Wow.
So I popped a half an Adderall and drank a Red Bull and drove the at like 3 o'clock in the morning, drove back to University of Delaware because I knew like where I could probably sleep in my car on campus.
Wow.
And I slept in my car horribly because I slept in the driver's seat because I was just like I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, I mean yeah, that sounds rough.
Yeah. The last 2 nights I ended up like setting up my car kind of nice in the Home Depot parking lot because you could pay to park there like overnight. And I
Interesting. I
paid
know
like,
that there's Walmarts that'll let you sleep overnight.
oh, yeah, I've had bad experiences doing that too.
Gotcha. I know there's certain Walmarts that like people that like when they're like coming up. Um, I remember when I was going to Bonnaroo, there was like people like camped out in like the Walmart parking lot, like waiting for the gates to open.
I did that for Peach Fest one year, and we didn't think ahead, and we're like, yeah, we'll go up the night before, sleep at Walmart, and get online like super early so we can get a good camping spot.
Yeah.
We didn't take into account the fact that like the car was completely filled with stuff, so we couldn't recline our seats at all. So we just had to
Oh,
like we were basically just like I was curled up in a ball in the passenger seat, like sleeping for like 35 minutes at a time. And my
yeah.
buddy that was with me said he just sat there all night. He was like, I just didn't sleep at all.
Yeah. That's yeah.
It was he didn't have a good weekend that year.
Oh man.
He started on zero sleep, which is like usually how you end.
Yeah, no, that's actually, yeah, that's a bad start. I feel like although people do love to go hard the first night, like when they finally get there, it's like you finally set your tent up and it's like time to grab some beers, like, you know what I mean? And then it's like you
Yeah.
wake up the next day and you're like, that was a mistake.
I think I've done that at every festival I've been to.
And then you just like slowly make your way back.
Yeah. Okay, so I do have a few more questions because I don't want to
Sure.
forget because we're riffing real good, but I'm like, oh shit, I had to have things Rainer wanted me to ask too.
Cool.
So you guys have grown a lot recently, it seems. Like I feel like you guys are getting like a lot of traction now. And Rainer was telling me you're working on a new album.
Yeah, we've got our second album officially done. Just got the masters like 2 weeks
Ooh.
ago. Really, really stoked about how this sounds. I think that like because obviously all we have studio wise right now is Lavender Lounge, but that is definitely a different band than who we are today. And obviously that's just like natural and just comes with
Yeah.
like the progression and you know, we also had a different saxophonist in the band then. And we used to be an eight piece at one point. Now we're six.
Oh wow.
Um,
Eight's a lot.
so yeah, so I feel like this is more defining of the era that we're currently in with our sound. And I'm also just super proud of all the songs and the music. Like I'm stoked this out there.
That's awesome.
It's
I'm excited.
definitely more it's definitely more like in your face and like it's a little all over the place, but I think in like the best way.
Oh, that's awesome. So do you guys all live together?
Yeah, we do.
That's awesome,
Well,
honestly.
I should say we used to.
Okay,
All six of us lived here for a few years in the house we're currently living in now. But Jared recently moved out to live with his significant other. Um,
fair.
and which eventually we know the time is going to come.
Yeah. Yeah. How
But
is it like living with your bandmates? Like, does it ever get frustrating that like, like maybe,
well,
you
yeah,
know,
I feel like it takes like the band marriage to like the next level to where it's like not only are we because like there's bands where it's like you see each other at like rehearsals and like the gigs and like
yeah,
life is lifing and like you don't like maybe like see everyone as often, but like I live with these guys. I see them every single day. We're able to create music at like any time that we want because like our living room is just our rehearsal space.
oh, that's
So
awesome. Yeah, that
so
probably makes it
we're
a lot easier. Like if you have an idea, you can just like run down the hall and be like, dude,
yeah, literally. And it's like just being able to kind of like the workflow is also nice. I really wish Jared still lived with us because he was like my right hand guy when it comes to like content and video stuff and like kind of like the behind the scenes business of what we're doing.
mhm,
And it was so great having him just like running up into his room and being like, "Hey man, like can you clip this for me so like I can make a post later? Like here's all the details and like it's just done." Instead of
yeah,
having to like send a text and like wait and it's like, it's but then again it's like the direct access is also like oh like, I need my space, man.
yeah,
So
no, I know how that can be.
everyone I think that it's definitely just I think we all have like a lot of real love for each other and um have just learned how to communicate and navigate not only being like bandmates and trying to pursue like this like big dream that we all share, but also just like in real life context where it's like everyone has to live like, or when you live with someone, it's just like, oh, like, do you want to be like a bad housemate or like a bad
Yeah.
friend? Because like that stuff can definitely come across in the music too, where it's like we kind of have to be, aware of, how everyone is feeling and just kind of I feel like it adds like um this additional like I don't know what the right word is, but it feels like it makes our relationship stronger, and I feel like it serves the music better just because of like how close we actually all are.
Yeah, that definitely helps.
And
I
I just want to give a quick shout out to Emma, who moved in where Jared was living in the house. She's awesome. She's like so like down with us, just jamming and rehearsing and being us. And it's like we could have had a nightmare situation where like
yeah.
someone moves in and they're like so not about it. So like
Yeah.
just needed to give the quick shout out.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you, Emma. We all appreciate you. So do you have an ideal band that you'd like to tour with?
That's a really good question. I think like at this point in our in like where we're at, I that's kind of what I'm looking for us to do. I feel like we like have the music and the show and the set where it's like at this point we kind of just I would love to just kind of start supporting bigger acts, like a band
Yeah.
that has a lot of smaller acts, or just like really cool, just like up and comers is Pigeons.
Yeah,
Pigeons is always supporting the scene, and they feel like someone that like I think that we could vibe with. And
absolutely.
every time that they bring bands on tour with them, they always like if the band has horns, the horns sit in during their set like always.
Yeah,
Like I
Pigeons gets
always
very
see that.
horny.
And it's like I want to see Ryan play with pigeons. That'd be sick.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that would be really cool. Yeah, Pigeons
um
came down here. They had some horns. I don't remember who it was,
Was
but
it they were touring with or they had Big Blitz supporting them at one point? I don't know if it was those guys maybe.
they had who did they have as the opener? It was I can't remember now. It was like a month after I got down here, and they played at Tipitina's. But my so at the time, like my girl Priscilla, she was pregnant, and like she was starting to hit that phase where like she wouldn't sometimes she like really wouldn't feel well at night.
Sure.
So like we're like it's like mid opener. I think it might have been Aggie, honestly. It feels like it was, but I don't know. I could be remembering wrong because I know I've seen Aggie open for Pigeons, but I don't know when and where. But yeah, I ended up so like the venue is like 5 minutes from our house. So I in between the opener and Pigeons, I drove her home real quick and like got her water and like made her a snack and then was able to get back to Pigeons like before the
Wow.
first song even ended.
Wow.
I texted her and I was just like, okay, we can never move out of this neighborhood because Tips is so close. Like, I need to be able to come here all the time.
Yeah, that's crazy. That would be a really good band for your answer because that's Galactic's venue. That would be
Yeah,
really sick.
yeah.
I was gonna mention Lettuce before.
Mm.
I think that I think that Lettuce and Us would be a really cool combo because I feel like, do you remember Turquoise?
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like we're like a band that fits well in the jam scene that's not necessarily like a true jam band, but I
Okay.
think that we just have that like wide like crossover like just like where like Turquoise and Lettuce and like all of these like higher energy like funk bands like or more just like the horns I think is really what kind of separates us in that regard.
Yeah, the horns, I feel like it's like vital these days. Like it's just such a nice sound to add to the music. Like
And
I never
I like
realized how much I liked horns and like horns, sax, like all that stuff until like I really got more into the jam scene.
I like that our horns are more at like the forefront too, as opposed to just being like that typical like hits backing section that's like,
Yeah.
like hitting all those like I feel like we really kind of put them up in the front there. But obviously like I feel like everyone really has their moments, but it's like we're kind of like here's a whole song led by them.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the
So,
horns is it's just something so nice about that sound. I don't know what it is that got me as I maybe it's as I got older. I was just like I remember seeing pigeons back in like 2019 and I think they had some of the guys from West End Blend join
okay.
them on like the Stop Making Cake tour, the Halloween run they did.
That
And
sounds familiar.
I was just like, fuck, those are like that's a nice sound.
Yeah, it adds so much, and I know
Yeah.
that there's some like jam band like purists that are like, leave the horns out. Like whenever like a big band will have like a horn sit in, and
Yeah.
then there's like people are going on Facebook and they're like, add the horns full time, and then they just start like a civil war discourse.
Yeah. Dude, the jam scene online gets so crazy.
Yeah, it's actually something like it's nuts, but
One of my favorite things
it's
to
fun to
do.
take part
Yeah,
from behind the screen. I don't really post honestly that much.
I
I'm a
don't
lurker.
either. Like the most I do is like I ask for a lot of miracles, to be honest. And
There's one group every New Year's Eve. I'm in there. Who's got my fish stick?
I've gotten honestly like in the past like 2 years, I think I've either paid less than I should have or gotten in for free at more shows than I've paid full price for. So like
Wow.
that's one thing I'm always like, I love this community because like there's always
Yeah.
someone looking to help someone out.
Also, it feels like there's like more of a way to like actually get a ticket in your hand, like once a show sells out, as opposed to like having to deal with like all like just like outside of the scene.
Yeah. Oh my God. I've tried to get, I don't remember who it was now. There's someone I was trying to get a ticket for, but it had sold out. And I was just like, this is just not possible. I gave
Yeah.
up very quickly, but like I've shown up to sold out shows being like, see if I get in. Like when Goose played MSG the first time last year, I didn't have tickets. Me and my girl just got on the train and we were like, let's just like if we can't get a ticket by like 30 minutes after getting to MSG, then we'll just go do something in the city and go home. And
Yeah, I
it's
mean, also, like the hack is just wait, like miss like the first three songs, and then
yeah.
everyone that's like about to eat their ticket, like most likely a scalper, is gonna just like make the ticket like $30.
Well, dude, we were standing in the lobby of MSG and I'd been on cash and trade all day.
Word.
Like it does that $1 charge for like bidding on a ticket.
I did not. Is that new?
I don't know if it's like
I was gonna say, I feel like Cash or Trade has kind of done some things that like aren't like what they were initially about.
yeah, I because like it's always charged me $1 to like to bid on a ticket. But
That's
like
so interesting. I didn't know that. I've
maybe
never.
maybe they return it and I just never noticed. I honestly don't know because like usually like it's just like, one or two bids and I find one. But
Well, it's like
I had
once it
spent
finally. Now
I
you
had
go. I'm
spent
sorry.
all day, sorry. And then we were standing in the lobby of MSG and a stranger on Facebook with no profile picture just messaged me, if you're still looking for two, send me your email or like something like that. And I was like, no way. And I messaged back my email, and all of a sudden I got an email that was like from Ticketmaster, two tickets for MSG. And like we missed like most of the first set, but then the second set was like a whole second show basically because it was like 2.5 hours or whatever.
Oh,
And I,
that's sweet.
I was like, this is crazy. And it was better seats than all like the rest of my friends had too. That was another one of those
Oh,
moments where Rainer was just like, fuck you.